Gary Tan, the wild man, is at it again. This man is the CEO of YCombinator. It's a large tech investment firm. They invest in startups. They bring venture capital to startups. They are responsible for bringing a whole lot of projects to the forefront. A lot of people don't like them. A lot of people do like them. Doesn't matter for the point of this video. Okay, so Gary Tan has a history of pissing people off in the past. Uh, Overall, I think he's somewhat funny. But the reason they're pissed off at him today is because he said a lot of people with CS degrees, computer science degrees, can't actually build anything. And this is the truth. If you go to school, you're very good at doing assignments and studying rote information. That's what it indicates. If you do exceptionally well, it means that you can do those things exceptionally well. But in terms of software development, the only thing that really matters is, can you write code, can you write good code, and can you write a lot of code? Are you capable of understanding complex problems? Are you able to develop solutions for those complex problems? And are you able to do it in a way that is beneficial to the world in general or a company in general? So, if you just come out of computer science and you have no backing, if you have no real proof of that, then you're just another one of these graduates. You're just a guy who has graduated, like the thousands of other guys who have graduated, and there's no real test that you have laid before yourself that gives you credence in terms of development. So he's saying what you got to do is you have to work on projects. You have to work on real projects, side projects, open source. You have to be able to prove that you're capable of grand design. Now, that's anathema to a lot of people, and I've seen it personally. People will people will think that accreditation is a golden ticket. If you are degreed and you are accredited, then you are instantly a proficient designer. But you're not. You have to actually prove your capability to build. Now, the reason he's saying this is because of a Reddit post, which is it's just it's relatable whinge, but it is certainly whinge. There's a chance if you put out 1,000 applications, maybe you get a job. You're going to be working a low-paying job or getting zero responses. And you know what? This is true for a lot of people. You're going to go out there with your computer science degree and you're going to apply and apply and apply and apply. You have set yourself apart. Not at all. You are using this accreditation, which all these other workers have. There is no reason to consider you valuable other than the fact that you're a human being and your value comes in that. Your prospects are dim unless you stand out, and you can't stand out unless you prove yourself. So it makes perfect sense that this would be the case, and I can't fault him for it. I mean, I can fault the world for suggesting that all you need is a degree, and then you pay obscene amounts of money for that degree, and then you get into the the tech world and you find yourself unable to find the job that you thought was promised to you. But it was mostly a lie. And the fact that you were unable to see that is, well, it's an indictment of the system, but it's also an indictment of the person. I write code almost every single day. I try to write code every single day, but I fail to sometimes because I am human and I need rest. But if I did not do that, I would not be confident in my ability. I would feel theoretical. I wouldn't feel practical. I wouldn't experience the minutia of problems that are only encountered when you implement a design pattern that fails. You wouldn't I wouldn't feel reasonable to speak on any topic whatsoever if all I had was a degree. Now, if I was like a postdoc computer science um, a student and I was doing theoretical research, well, I would be doing something. That would be the project. That would set me apart. But if you just went through a 4 year degree program, I wouldn't trust you at all in any of my production code because you would be still on the precipice of making the decades of mistakes that it took me to get to the point where I am now. And that's not to say that I'm the best developer in the world, far from it. It's to say that I have failed intensely and massively enough to be covered in digital scars that remind me of the mistakes that I have made. Now, these scars illuminate to me what I ought not do in the future. And knowing what ought not to do is something you can only get through experience. So he's right. Work on projects. Work on things, write code all day long, fail, fail, fail miserably, suffer deeply, have to destroy your own code and do rewrites. Pick the wrong language. Understand why it's the wrong language. Go through all these trials and tribulations, and in the meantime, while you're unemployed, try not to starve.